2 minutes, guys, I'm just getting a drink. Howdy. If you've jumped back on, peeps. I have no idea what this game is, by the way. I've just been talking in the other room, which I guess most people are out here. Point and click, people are saying, so... We'll give it a few minutes for people to come back in the room if they're still interested. I think it's movie night for me and all after this stream. So the choice we have for my movie night is either Independence Day, the new one, with my Love Film subscript. Well, I say subscription, free trial that must be close to finishing. But I think this one's favourite. In fairness, I'm a big fan of the Tom Hanks and the follow-up to the other two. I have actually seen this, but I saw it ages ago, and I don't think I was paying attention. I think I was doing something else or on a shitty mood. Did you play the original games? I have not. No, that's what's intriguing about this. The name rings a bell, and I might have played one of them, I'm not sure, but it doesn't ring a bell that I've played one. But I'd been reading a few good things about this, and these guys really nicely sent me an early copy of it today, so, well, a digital code, so I might as well play it. Let's crack it on. Oh god, alright, so it's Lara Croft then, basically. Let's be honest. Right, please choose a game mode. Voyage, you play for the story and want to have an additional visual clues, or you want to enjoy all the sensations of the first two Siberia games with fewer visual clues. And this music's awesome in the background, by the way. I don't know if you guys are picking it up. I love music like this at the minute. Going to be testing my new stuff tomorrow. Do you know how hot? Can I just say this, by the way? If I don't get a lot of people on my unboxing video tomorrow clicking like and subscribe, this box has been sat on this table in front of me for 2 days. And do you want me to tell you how bad it's been, as the headphone freak, to sit staring at one of the highest rated headphones ever, to not undo them and try them? So if I don't get a lot of likes and clicks tomorrow, I'm never doing another video in my life, ever. Her boobs are cold. Yeah, she's holding her boobs, right? Yeah, you're right. I am going for the first version. I'm not too bothered about looking at the others, and if it's saying visual clues, I want visual clues because I've never played it. So we will go Voyage. Save this game mode. We will. I love the music. I will find it very hard not to undo these headphones tonight. I must admit, I will actually have a peek in the box to see if I can get them out and make the unboxing, because I like the unboxings fresh. I like to see them like you do, and that's why I do it. Alexa, bedroom 100%.
Okay.
Oh, it already is. Niall, I'm glad you do, mate. And as I said, I've started doing the unboxings. I've even said about the donations starting and making it a more repetitive thing. I can't keep buying stuff for the unboxings. It's impossible. I'm totally funding Cranky Gamers now on my own as well, which I've never done in the past. You guys have always supported it. So I wanted to try a new adventure, because I'm all about trying new stuff. And like I said on the other stream the other day, I think like in the last month, like 200 odd people have said, please start the boxings again. And I've thought about doing it, and I've put on the latest unboxing, I've put a PayPal donation button, which has always been the donation button for Cranky Gamers. People didn't realise it's still live. It is. It's there if you want to see it. And I thought about doing it a lot more because I like doing unboxings. But now, as I've said on this stream many times, mate, it's a very hard thing to get people interested in. It's like your community does, but then there's not enough. Because I always go on likes and clicks, by the way, and I know that a lot of people watch that video and just forget to click the like or subscribe button. And I know that you hear all the YouTubers say it, but I need to make what you guys are going to realise. I think I touched on this last night, and I used to be guilty of it when I didn't have my own channel years ago. I watched all the big guys, and I used to say, oh, I'm going to donate to them guys, and I kept forgetting, and like you guys doing all that. But what I will tell you now, as a person that's making videos, who goes out of the way to purchase stuff, unbox them, record it, edit it, and put it onto the YouTube channel, for them to only see a very small amount of likes and stuff
3 months ago,
is off-putting.
nomads found her dying in northern Siberia.
We need people
Walker,
to click
Kate
it. It shows
Walker,
us that
born
you
in New
guys are
York in the
interested.
United States. She had an American passport on her. She showed up at the clinic last week. She's recovering. She's fine.
You're certain, Olga Efimova?
Exactly, mate.
You
You've just hit the nail on the head, mate, and I don't have nothing against you at all, but I'm just saying it from a YouTuber's point of view.
You can count on me,
I
Colonel.
totally rely on what I normally do. Any video that goes up, within about a month, I'll go back and check it when it's settled down. And them numbers to me are so important. That's what made me stop last time. Because I mentioned the other day, I started streaming regular, but not only did I stream, I recorded it and pushed it to the channel. And I did it absolutely every night to try and get... And when I went back to look at the numbers, they never changed. And as me, who gave about 35, 40 hours that week, which is different for me, having to do other podcasts
Kate
as well,
Walker.
I just thought, no, I'm not doing it. All right, here we go. That poor lad's got no fault.
You can talk to me, Kate Walker.
Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Kirk, Kate Walker. Kirk of the Yukol tribe.
I quite like games
You
like
remember
this.
the
Pretty
Yukols?
straightforward. I can play games like this.
Where are we? My memory's all mixed up. There was a terrible blizzard with snow and ice.
Although
And
the
then
quality
nothing.
of the lip syncing and stuff is pretty
We are in the
shit,
clinic
to
of
be
Dr.
fair.
Zamyatin, in the
In fact,
town of
it's
Valsamor.
awful.
How did I end up here?
We Yukols migrate with our snow ostriches to the sacred lands. It's a long journey. A very special journey. 1 month ago, we found you dying on a riverbank there in the north. We took you in and our shaman cared for you.
I'm going to restart
Afterwards,
the
we
loot
continued our
gaming
journey.
quests, the unboxing
today,
as well. I have
we are
loot
both
crate,
here
which
to
I can
finish
tell you
getting
now,
better.
you may or may not know, costs me a lot of money. It looks like it, mate, don't it? I mean, let's be fair to the guys. I mean, I've got this for early review, which is really cool of them. Why are you in hospital? Mainly
Don't you
because
have
he
anything to
lost
say?
his foot.
You lost a leg.
It was an
But
accident,
the
you
loot
know.
gaming, I pay way over
Some
the
people don't
odds.
like
Way
nomads
over the
like us.
odds. I may have
But don't
mentioned this
worry about
before.
me.
But
Dr.
the US
Zamyatin
pay like
asked a master
$13 for
craftsman
their
from
loot gaming.
Valsamor
It costs
to
me
make me a new leg.
$34
and he's going to put it on
for
me
the same
when it's ready.
box.
It will be like a
And
brand
I actually
new
did
leg.
that just for my YouTube channel because I know guys like it. And it's just, when you are getting not very many,
Why
it
are you
does
tied to
put
that
you off. But the
bed?
reason I've still been getting loot
That was
gaming
the
is because it's the
decision
best
of Madame
quality of the
Olga,
lot. It's
Dr.
amazing.
Zamyatin's assistant.
I'd pay that money for the t-shirts, to be
She
fair.
says I'm too restless.
I think this is
and
one,
it's the only
actually.
way to
This
make
is
sure I get better.
Bender. You can't see because it's
Apparently,
grey.
it's going to take a long time to make my artificial leg. And in the meantime, my people are without a guide and are waiting for me with the herd. So
What's
we
with
can
the
continue.
tongue on the lip syncing?
If you don't mind my asking about your leg, what exactly happened to you?
Soldiers bombed the route we were taking with our caravan.
So it's a bit futuristic
For no
then, if
reason.
there's bombing and stuff.
Just to frighten us and force us to turn back. I was a bit too close to the explosion. A piece of rock. That's it.
You mean the authorities did it on purpose? But why?
They think that the snow
This
ostrich
lip syncing
migration
is
has no
awful,
place in
the way it
today's
is.
world. and that my tribe should settle down once and
But
for
we'll
all.
do a Mass Effect show.
But
We'll
we will
try and
never
skip
do
past that
Kate Walker.
and enjoy the story.
That would mean defying the spirits. And the Yukos fear the spirits far more than the soldiers.
Why do the Yukos make the journey?
My people live in symbiosis with the great snow ostriches, Kate Walker. Their wool protects us from the cold. Their excrement feeds our crops, and their meat feeds us. They are also our mounts and beasts of burden, so we must follow them wherever they go.
And do they migrate because of the weather?
No, Kate Walker. They go to the sacred lands
Why does
to
it keep
reproduce.
calling her Kate Walker? We know
It is an
she's
event
Kate
that
Walker.
only occurs a few times per century. For the Yukols, it is rare to be able to boast of having participated in more than 3 migrations during one's lifetime.
I went looking for the price
The
of
Yukos I've
Mario
met didn't
Kart
speak my
today.
language anywhere near as well as you.
I'm
I'm very impressed.
crazy price.
From time to time, missionaries and
44
merchants
quid.
came through our village. I learned very
Andromeda
quickly,
at
Kate Walker.
a fraction of the
It's
development
important
cost, though.
if I am to guide
Exactly,
my
mate.
people.
You see, this is the reason. I know
don't
we're
mean to be
taking the
rude,
piss a bit
Kurt, but
here,
aren't
which
you
is
a
a bit
bit young
unfair.
for that?
It's not a triple
The
A.
spirits
It's,
do
it's
not
one of
take
the
age
third
into
party
account
stuff.
when they choose a chief for the Yukos.
The thing with Mass Effect's why
And
I'm
the
holding
spirits
off.
are very
I
wise.
I
They
couldn't,
do not
because I'm
make
into Mass
mistakes when
Effect
they
so
choose
much,
the
the
one who will
series.
guide our people
I
on the
couldn't
sacred
play a
migration.
game that has
Well,
that
Kirk, I'm
them
delighted
problems.
to have made your
I
acquaintance.
can't skip past that.
I
It
guess I have to
constantly
go
bugged
tell
me.
the staff that I'm awake, I feel fine, and I have no intention of hanging around here.
For
Of
the
course,
price,
Kate
anyway.
Walker. I'm sure someone will be in the yard. Maybe even
Which is
Madame
still
Olga.
mad, by the way, why that's holding its price. Okay, let's look around. Oh, right. Okay. Oh god, this is going to be infuriating, I can tell you. Oh, wait a minute, we have some clues.
What? Hello? Is anybody there?
You're
I
locked
don't
in.
think anybody heard you, Kate Walker. Try using the call button that's located next to the door.
So anybody that's played the other Siberia ones then, have you get Ricky and the others to help you with unboxings, Toz. You upload them to your YouTube, all up with the channel as a whole. Mate, it's
Nothing.
it's a bit
It
of a thing.
doesn't work,
I
Kirk.
ask the guys all the videos they ever do themselves.
think I
Ricky
saw
used to do a
some of
few.
the
Now
staff
Aiden's
using
got
it the
his
other
own
day.
thing. I've always
Take a
offered
good
them to
look
put
at
them
the
on the
mechanism,
Cranky
Kate
channel,
Walker.
and they just don't do it.
Maybe you can find a
And
way
it's
to get
their
it working
choice.
again.
I never forced them or anything. Okay, so that's doing absolutely bagger all. Okay, I'm clicking the button on that.
Bolted tight.
Oh, right, triangle then. I can press triangle when you
Bolted
tell me.
tight.
Right, so we need a spanner then. This is a noising, by the way. So I click to that by looking at it. Triangle describes
Bolted
that.
tight.
I go back to the button, pressing triangle on that doesn't. So I'm guessing that's a visual. So that's a visual icon when it's basically like an eye, so you
Bolted
can press
tight.
triangle. Yeah, okay, learning all the time. Was there something on the side of there then? Is this Fallout 5? Come on, boys. Nah, pack in.
You should go for a walk in the yard, Kate Walker.
I would if
That
I could
door
get
leads
out.
right to it.
Ooh. Fear not.
What's that owl doing here?
I don't know. You tell
Kirk's
me.
tribe's camp, I guess.
I'll tell you something. It's a good job. But I think if these are the visual clues that you got, then it's a good job we got them, because you'd be struggling. And that is it down this way. Suggestions for clues, boys. By the way, don't sit there and not take part in adventure games, because we all know that they are puzzles. We're obviously looking for some kind of spanner, I think, to open that thing. But it's not looking good at the minute. And the cameras are not in there. I think the camera's wrong for me as well at the minute. Now, right, okay, that's the talk. There's nothing else in this place, boys, to go. So we are stuck already. Suggestions. Oh, wait a minute. Right then, we've got some kind of menu then. L1, R1. Have you got an inventory? Yeah, we're looking now. Look, we've just found it, Niall. But I don't think... So, observe. What the hell is that? Inspect the call button. That's the tip button, by the way. And let's stop with the cakewalker either. I do believe that it's just showed me that the clue button is inspect the call button next to the door. Right, yeah, okay.
Bolted tight.
Okay, shall we try this on there? And we've got a caser now, look.
All that I have left of dear Oscar.
Oh my God, it's a heart.
All that I have left of dear Oscar.
Can't we rip that thing off, look, that looks like a spanner? We're going to rip something off of this dead man's heart. Although I don't think we are. Nope. Nothing, I don't think, boys. Inspect the call button next to the door. Okay, let's do that then. There's nothing else in there. Right, so... doing absolutely bugger all. Oh, wait a minute. What's this on the side?
This diagram shows how to turn the call button on, but I can't do anything until I can get at the internal mechanism.
Search the room. I'm sure you'll be able to
Oh,
find
it's one
something
of these
you can use to
adventures.
open it
These
up
are a
with.
pain in the ass. I obviously knew what to do with that screwdriver, but it's not letting me do that. It's like it's unlocking them, triggering it. Oh my God. So now, even the places I've been will probably now let me find a unlocking mechanism, screwdriver of some description. Will it shit?
Nothing useful here.
Or why, if there's nothing useful then, why are you actually
Nothing
giving
useful
me
here.
a prompt? Just let me change these options, guys, for the camera app things, because it's doing my pissing head in. In fact, that might help. Contextual actions is that back, document inventory R1, object inventory L1, accelerate Kate's thoughts. Right, okay. Not that the look... By the way, that is full stick movement, what you're seeing. That's it. And I also hate when you've got point and click adventures that's got very limited movement.
This must be Valsambor, the town Kirk told me about. Kirk's tribe's camp, I guess.
Yeah, we know that. Then the owl, but it's not letting me do anything
What's that
else.
owl doing here?
Okay. There's nothing this way. Oh, right trigger makes her run a little bit faster. See, that's as far as we can go on there as well. Is there something on the side of the button? There is. Well spotted. We had spotted it. I know the chat, by the way, guys, it's difficult as well when you guys are trying to help, because I know that there's a delay. This is a very... We've been given an early review of Siberia 3. This is Martin. Oh, look. So,
that should do the trick quite nicely. Now try
yeah,
to
it's
use
difficult
it to
in
see
the
if you
chat,
can
guys,
repair
as
the
well,
call button.
because you lot are delayed. So if you do put the right answer up, I apologise, because it is really difficult. Is he going to do this automatically?
Right. Let's see if I can repair the mechanism.
Ah, right. So
sure,
you're a good
maybe
person
the
to ask. These
diagram
are
you saw
none of
earlier
us have
might
played these. It's the first one I've played. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh God, that's difficult to move. I gave it Persona 5. I finally started it this afternoon. And just played the intro. Okay. I want to shut the door. Christ almighty. I get that you want to... The controls are pretty squiffy, like... Why isn't it letting me? I can't look at the button or shut it down or close it. It's just being really weird. I was listening to a podcast earlier with the composer on. Yeah, the music was really nice at the beginning as well, must admit. So if I go back out there... You see, it's a bit weird, because that's now... Is it just going to let me open the door? You see, you look at this, look. That thing on the wall there is shut. And I bet you when I go back to it now... It's open. That's bullshit. And I literally cannot get off that. Oh yeah, wait a minute, wait a minute. That's it. That's got to be it. Is she going to shut it back up? Unnecessarily niggly, by the way. Let's be fair. Jesus Christ, you won't believe what I had to do then. I had to actually hold the X button, move the stick, to actually lift that up. So we got there in the end.
Finally. Right. Now I just have to find a supervisor.
We got there in the end.
Well done, Kate Walker. I'm going to have a bit of a rest now. Please try to come back and say goodbye to me before you go.
You're going to keep calling me Kate Walker? No, I ain't coming back. Yay! Yeah, we know that you've got to run.
The light, the wind, the heat. I can still feel it all. I dream of it every night.
Not a chance.
Right, so there's obviously a key of some description, I think. Okay. There's the key, I think, that I need. No, is that going to be it? The control system is piss poor, to
Let's
be
try
fair.
something else.
It really is.
Automaton birds?
I mean, just getting to the different things is you just hit the look button. So just moving the stick, and you've got very, I suppose, okay, I get it, but why can't you talk to this guy either? Oh, I can. Jesus Christ, it's so finicky, the
Birds
controls.
in the aviary are beautiful. My mother would have absolutely loved them. She loved birds.
I like it though,
Always
because I
did.
like point-and-click adventures. I've got to admit, I do like them. But this could be let down by the controls, immensely let down. Actually, shall we get a hint and let's try and get through it? Find a manager. Okay. And I like any game like that that's got a hint. Some people say it's cheating or whatever, but Christ, in a game like this with the control system being a bit dodgy as well. What's this? Is this the manager's office? He looks a jolly character. Oh shit, that don't look very nice, does it?
Ah, you're finally awake, number 10. What can I do for you?
Well, it seems to me that I'm cured. And now I'd like to be on my way.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Given
I
your
bet.
condition, that would seem somewhat premature and perhaps even unreasonable, number 10.
What do you mean, my condition?
You're in a coma for quite some time. That's not negligible. And even if you seem better physically, there may well be serious psychological after effects.
So you're refusing to let me leave?
Oh, no, of course not, miss. I have no intention of abusing any of the prerogatives of my position. Nonetheless, first you must submit to a series of tests that are designed to demonstrate that you have fully recovered. You understand.
Not going to ask me to
Please,
sit down in that chair, is he?
On that?
Yes, yes. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, right. After you then, sir.
What the?
Smack him one.
Don't worry about these restraints. Merely a simple formality that's part of the protocol that Dr. Olga, our supervisor, has implemented.
Yeah. He's even got the evil...
Right. I do
evil
believe that we can begin.
fingers together pose.
Now, be so kind as to state your first and last names, age, and place of birth, please.
You're not going to give me a choice, are you? Oh, answer. Listen
Answer
to Kate's
me, please.
thoughts. I missed the button. Oh, right.
Do I need to repeat the question? I'm beginning to lose patience.
I don't at all like the way this meeting is going. I'd better tell this quack as little as possible.
Oh, I like that. Right trigger,
I'm beginning
pressing
to
cross
lose
gives you
patience.
the
To be
choice, the
honest,
light bulb.
Doctor, I don't remember.
That's not what the lie detector says. Fortunately, your passport can speak for you. Kate Walker, 29 years of age, born in New York City, United States of America.
You're using a lie detector?
It's procedure. Please stop worrying and talk to me instead of your friends and family. Are you on good terms with them?
I can't do anything because of his lie detector. I should tell him the truth.
I
Your
do
psychic
like
troubles
this,
would seem to be significant indeed.
I do like this
I
thought
cut off
business
with
now.
them.
Quite liking this already.
I
I mean,
haven't had any
controls
news
are a
from
bit
my mother
dodgy,
for
but
weeks.
you'll get used to it, I
And
guess.
Dan, my
But I like
fiancé,
games like
left me
this.
for my best friend Olivia.
You seem to be basking in this chaos and anarchy, Miss Walker. Is this inclination for disorder connected to this Hans Vorarlberg and Oscar? You spoke about them at length while you were delirious.
If I tell him about Siberia and mammoths, Oscar and Hans, he'll think I'm crazy. But maybe if I only tell him some of the truth, I can fool his detector.
Do I need to repeat the question?
This is like it's
Oscar
kind of
was an
like a book
automaton and
where you
Hans
can
Vorarlberg
get the
was the
thoughts. I
person
think
who
the
made
reason a
him.
book's
We
always
became
better than a
friends,
film is
and
because
I
you can
went
get
with them
thoughts.
on a long journey through
And
Europe.
this game's got
There
a
you
nice kind of twist of it. I'm just wondering if it's a major part of the game as well.
To be honest, what I'm interested in, Miss Walker, is that during your travels you were in contact with the Yukon people. The nomads who brought you here to Velzembor. In your opinion, what should we fear from such a primitive tribe of savages who understand neither law nor border? Refusing civilization and settlement.
His insidious innuendos are unbearable.
Answer me, please!
Nice post on Facebook been posted
I'm
about
beginning
you.
to
You're
lose
kidding me.
patience.
What a decent one for a change. Jesus. Has it come from the Bannings
Do I need to repeat the question?
this morning?
I think, Doctor,
that
that
I
the
spoke
Yukos
about
live
in the earlier
harmony with
thing,
nature,
but I'm not going to go
time,
over
and
again.
space.
So
They have
is
no
that
real
the truth
reason
then? There's a
to change
decent
the way they
post on
live.
Facebook for a change.
Now that is an example of typical American idealism. Maybe you should go back to New York right away. I'm sure your brilliant ideas will be justly appreciated there.
Who's made the post, by the way? Which is really good. I mean, obviously,
Do I need to repeat the question?
I will have a read of it later.
Whether I lie to him or tell
But
him
as you
the truth,
guys know, it's
he's
very
not
rare.
gonna like my
That is
answer.
probably the first
So
ever.
I may as well just keep quiet.
I'm beginning to lose
What did she
patience.
say then? I missed
Whether
it.
I lie to him or tell him the
You won't
truth,
like what I say,
he's
so I might as
not
well
gonna
just
like
keep
my
quiet.
answer.
Okay?
So I may as well just keep quiet.
Not going to say
Answer
anything.
me, please!
Craig Vaughan, that's good then. I'll go and take a look at that. Someone mentioned the late shift last night. Looks good.
I see.
You should have.
In a way, your silence
Look at the
is quite
trailer
answer
on
enough.
the store. Late shift. What's the late shift? Is that me being thick? To be fair though, mate, what you all do is amazing.
So you intend
Thanks,
to continue
Wellesley.
your journey
Appreciate
through
it.
our
I really do.
A
11
hazardous
years of doing
undertaking
this,
with
by
neither
the way. I'm
goal
only
nor
missing 6
destination.
shows.
Pity for a
Even if
brilliant
I'm
New York
saying it
attorney
myself
who
who's
seemed
done
to have
it,
a
it's-
gleaming future.
I'd have great.
That's
and
not
it's
for you
probably
to
blow
decide,
my own
Doctor.
trumpet, but if I was listening
For
to
the
a
rest,
show,
I think I've
an
demonstrated
indie
throughout
kind of
this interview
podcast
that I
probably
present
is
no
what, you know, one of the
psychological
small
after
guys.
effects
If I
from
was
my
listening to
injuries.
that for that long,
I would therefore like you to
I would
authorize
have
my
great
release
respect
now.
for the people that was doing it.
Of course, of course. Do calm
You
down,
think
Miss
11
Walker.
years? I've been through 2
I'm sorry, but
marriages,
I'm not used to being
2
interrogated
divorces,
like this.
a birth,
Some years
4
ago,
surgeries,
I would have interrogated you in a very different manner,
or
Miss
why
Walker.
Cranky
I
Gamers has
grant
been
that
going.
I may still feel some nostalgia for
And
the
like
good
I
old
say,
traditional
and I don't want to make
methods.
this as, you know, but that post, if that's an appreciation post, there's
You're one
very
of the
few
very
of
last
them.
representatives of
ever.
a world that is fast disappearing, Miss Walker. A
But
disordered
I will
world
read it.
that no one will miss.
Late Shift is one of them host
This
interactive
key
movie
is
game
much like
things.
you.
Just brought it up,
Unstructured
supposed to
and
be pretty
uncontrollable.
decent.
If
Oh,
you're able
right.
to find a way
Okay.
to use it to leave this floor, then you shall have proved that you are permanently cured.
What? Oh, figure out the way to use this item.
I would like to get my things back before I leave.
I've been
You'll
listening
find
every
them
week
there.
for the past 3 years. I was listening to the show when my wife was in labour. Well done, priorities. Mate, I've got some stories that are just... I've just got a silver trophy. A silver trophy for what? Where are my things? Did she give any clues then? I missed that. Ah, this could be it. Nice one. Yeah, some of the stories that people are... He's going to watch you get dressed now.
Turn around.
We're not going to get nakedness in a video game, are we? We can't do. Are we? No, we're not. Don't be silly. Yeah, some of the stories that's happened on this show, what people have done. And the other thing I touch on is what, Christ, it really is Lara Croft. I touch on. It blows my mind where the people listen from. We had some guy in the room the other night on the stream, which I'm starting to really enjoy. Use your key to leave the floor. Like from New Mexico. Just blows my mind. It really does. And them kind of things I really do appreciate, by the way. When people are, you know, people listen to the show from far and wide. I mean, because all I see, and I mean, even though I've been doing it for 10 years, all I see is who the hell wants to listen to some Northern Derbyshire country lad, mental, very opinionated. Yak about video games. I'm only a stone's throw away, as I said the other week. Where are you, Wellesley, again? Sorry, mate. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of people that I talk to. And you all guys know most Cranky Gamers listeners who listen to this show know that I've gone through a bit of a pretty rough time lately. Mansfield, you have to pop down, mate. A lot of people do. Oh, this is a cool puzzle. Oh, I like this puzzle. He says, not being able to figure out where that one goes. There. I don't know Mansfield exactly, mate. Have you heard me talk about Kirsty on the show before? When Kirsty's been up to try VR, she's from that way. This has to be the strangest key ever. Been listening since Kid Dog days and seen so many hosts come and go. Always been a good listen. I'm only England too. Don't matter where you're from, mate. It really doesn't. I mean, I have people on this show that have listened to it from day one, which is pretty cool. I do know where Huthwaite is, mate, yeah. I do. My brother used to live in Huthwaite for a short period of time. What a cool way of unlocking this door is. I hope the tolerant. That's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Okay. Is it working?
But
What on earth's wrong, Miss Walker?
No, it's this devious git.
I don't understand.
Live near the Wooden Inn if you know where that is. I don't know the place very well, to be fair. I know Huthwaite's a pretty small place.
You can't be at all well enough yet to deserve to be released already. Answer me, please!
He's pissing me off, this guy.
But what do I have to do?
Yeah, there's been quite a lot of people since I've been here living on my own as well, which has been really cool. Because
you can continue your
and this is not trying to be sad and desperate, but I actually see very few people now living on my own, and that's the toughest thing.
You have to let me go.
And with my depression and stuff that we talked about on the Rambler,
The rule is very
why I've
clear.
been here now for just
Only
over
those
a year, I
patients who
think
are
I've had about
capable of
6 or
opening the
7
door
cranky
may leave
listeners
this floor.
come and pay me a visit, which is always cool and always welcome. Sit and have a coffee and a chat about video games.
Right. Since you won't help me, I want to speak with your superior, Dr. Olga.
So this stuff just, I've said many
You can
times,
do that
keeps me
when she
going.
comes by to see you for her daily visit. But please don't count on me to disturb her before then.
I might actually record my videos tonight, although
There's a
I'm
problem
always
with the
wary of
key.
the noise for the
That's
guy
obvious.
downstairs, because
I
I'm
need
always
to
a
find out where it
nice,
comes from.
I'm always a nice guy, and I don't like to. I like to be the kind neighbour. Never forget toz. The whingers are always the tiny man I know. I must admit, mate, you guys are long-term listeners to the show. You know what kind of person I am. I'm a Midlander, working-class family. My dad was a miner for 40 years. who had a hard upbringing, and I have always said what it is. My dad always taught me.
I already know
You
that
always say how you
everything works
feel.
here.
Don't take
Let's
no
check the
shit
key.
or anything. So that's why when I do get a bit aerated, because I don't like to sit there, and I know that you're always taught as a podcaster, you should always learn this, by the way. You should always never try, and the best thing to do is literally
I already know that everything works here. Let's check the key.
that you should never reply, actually. But I can't do that, because when I like interacting with my community, I always have done.
These holes. It looks like something's been removed from the key. No doubt about it. My key's been deliberately damaged. I need to find a perfect copy if I want to be able to repair it.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Anytime. So, find an original copy of... What? Find an original copy of the key to the exit. Where the hell am I going to find that? I am enjoying this game, though, guys. I've got to say, I'm not going to lie. I like...
Wow.
I like these kind of things. I mean, the controls are a tad ropey, I'm not going to lie. Do you ever look at Humble Bundles? To be honest, mate, the story goes, I've got an Alienware, as you guys know. But in my situation, in this very small, flat, limited room, to get it out and set it up and do Windows, that's why I don't. Because all my media work's done on my MacBook Pro, which is very old now, as I keep saying. I've got to replace that soon. God knows how I'm going to do it, but I have. Because it's really showing its age. For me to get Windows and stuff running on Humble Bundle and my Steam account, I have got Steam account games, quite a few of, but to get that running now in my flat,
Go hold your head under the ice water in the fountain.
It's a bit. It's just not a struggle. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass. It means moving stuff and shifting stuff out the way and setting things up. And I've never really, I don't know why, whether it's mental or just something that I never can. Kind of, I struggle to play PC games at the minute, and I know that they're controller based, and I don't see why. So, Darren, tell me you've started Persona now, waiting to hear about it on the show, mate. As I started saying earlier, I did start it this afternoon. I literally have played 20 minutes, half hour. My plan is tomorrow, although Saturdays are very different to me. I very rarely game, so I will just touch on the beginning probably on the show, but I tend to get to it deeply at some point. Is that this guy's office again? The key's got to be in here, hasn't it? Surely. Hope to Christ it's not going to be somewhere I'm timed in this, because the controls are that awful. To do anything timed is going to be a struggle. But it's been straightforward so far, quite like it. Move an item. Okay. That was lucky. I was just trying to move that. The controls are really, it's like when you get a menu like that, it's hold, it's like press and hold X and then move the stick, so you're actually physically moving, which is weird. Can you actually look what it is? I don't think you can. Aha! Look what we've got here, boys.
I see. According to the picture, there's a pin missing. I need to find a way to fix it. But how am I going to manage it?
Tetris you got today, I want to get that on the Switch. Pity it's £10 deal, but it feels like a good handout. Darren, that game talking about, by the way, that started all the Facebook bannings this morning. Because of that post this morning, by the way, I don't know you was involved in the post, was completely meant as a joke, but some clown on Facebook took it the wrong way and couldn't help himself to go and make a post again straight against me, saying I was ungrateful and stuff. The post was meant to be a joke, hence the lol at the end, but I shouldn't do that because I don't condone that. When I say on the show, when you put a smiley face on the end of a chat, and that's supposed to get you out of the shit, you know what I mean? So, good book for you, Toz. Star Wars Aftermaths. Are they the Star Wars novels, by the way? Because I'm not into the Star Wars novels at all. I showed earlier on the stream, now there's a few more in it. I've had that. I did take the plunge. That is the Horizon Dawn art book. That is a gorgeous book, seriously. Gorgeous book, and and it's like about 80% pictures, 20% writing, but it just looks fantastic. Highly recommend it if you've not got it. They are, mate. They are all canon. Yeah, I've read about one when I was first married, when I was really young, in my early 20s, I think. And I used to be a library visitor. You guys know I'm an avid reader. And I used to actually get books from the library, and I actually picked one up. I used to pick a couple of Star Wars books and a couple of Star Trek books up, and I really enjoyed them, but I'm not into that kind of thing now.
Hello.
Just into the movies.
And who might you be, miss?
There were some right characters in this place.
Who are we speaking to?
My name is Kate. Kate Walker.
Kate.
Nice to see a few in the room
Kate
tonight.
Walker. That doesn't sound too local.
This is a good game to play, actually, while we're
So
doing
how
this,
did you
because
get
it's
here,
not really
Kate?
hands-on a
Kate
lot.
Walker?
The Yukos brought me here.
The Yukos. They're nothing but chicken thieves. A whole bunch of scumbag morons doing nothing but infesting the streets of Valsambor.
Yeah. Now they've come here to do their dirty work.
You mean Kirk, I suppose.
For 20 years we've been in this clinic. Since we got back from Baranor. Listen, this place has always actually been a quality establishment. I don't mind admitting.
A lot of voice
So
acting
we were pretty
in this,
disappointed when we heard that Madame Olga is now letting in those
I recently read
degenerate
Ready Player
scumbags
One
from up
and
north.
loved it. I just
Come on,
can't seem to
Anton,
get
come on.
into
Madame
Armada.
Olga knows
Let me tell
very
you,
well what she's
you
doing.
guys know Ready Player One,
She
one of
must
my
have a
favourite books
reason for
ever.
letting those
I've
midgets
read
in
it
here.
3 times physically, listened to it 3 times audibly on my Echo. And
So have you really
Armada,
been
I've
here
actually
for
got the
20
physical
years?
book, and I've got the
Yeah.
Kindle, and I've
At
got
first, we were kept
the
for
Audible.
observation with some of our buddies.
And I will
after
say
the
I was
damn
exactly
mission
like you,
to,
Wellesley.
Baranur.
I picked the
Leon and me,
I
we're
got
almost
the
the last ones
paperback
still here
first.
now. We
Took
don't know what
ages
happened
to
the
read.
others.
I read like
Gotta say,
3-4
some of them
chapters,
were
and it
pretty
didn't
bad.
grab me like Ready
Worse than
Player
us.
One did.
Some guys have got it pretty bad.
Fortunately,
And I
Madame
will
Olga
tell you
looks
now,
after us right.
stick with it.
They look after
I don't
us
know if you're into
nicely here.
Audible books.
Yeah. She looks after
But
us good.
put it on your phone,
She's
put it
a
on
real
your
lady, if you
iPod,
want my
listen to it
opinion.
audibly. It does get okay, it gets pretty cool. It's nowhere near as good as Ready Player One, which to me, Ready Player One is just an absolute
Baranor?
genius piece
What's
of work.
Baranor?
And I am looking forward to the movie. Steven Spielberg.
goddamn hellhole.
The cast looks great.
What are you talking
I think it's
about,
going to be
Anton?
fantastic.
That's all I have to say about it, Kate. Kate Walker. Can't stir up the past.
They all like saying Kate, the first and last name, don't they? Jesus Christ.
I'll be leaving you then, gentlemen. Goodbye.
I didn't mean anything
See you
by
around,
No,
kids.
mate, Darren, and
Kate
listen,
Walker.
I knew what your comment,
Yeah.
mate, because a lot of
See you
people
around.
did say it after, but the person in question who then got banned because of his comment, who just couldn't help himself going on Facebook and literally calling me ungrateful. And obviously I never am, because this show would not exist without reviews. It was just meant tongue-in-cheek. But a lot of people were saying how good it was. And you was included. And mate, I'm level-headed enough to realise when people are saying the right thing on comments. So yeah, I didn't mean it by anything like that at all. I understood your comment fully. So guys, where the hell am I going to find a way to repair this key? So I'm looking for a pin. I think them owls, these mechanical birds, might have something to do with it. What do you reckon? There's got to be pins in this lot, aren't there, surely? But I don't think I've got anything that's going to fit in here.
Impossible.
No. Right then, boys, I have a feeling that them birds are the key to this. I am now on your recommendation. What, reading the audio book? Highly recommend it, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Let me just chat to this guy.
Birds in the aviary are beautiful. My mother would have absolutely loved them. She loved birds.
I know. I've played Elder Scrolls Online, mate, 3 times. It's always sat there. It's on my account. Every time I sit and give it a couple of hours, I know it's brilliant. I love my online RPGs. You know I do. But you're right. It's
the light.
I always say it's good, and it is a great game. Brilliant. And by the way, if nobody knows and wants to try Elder Scrolls Online, it's $7.99 on the store sale now. I don't know if it's still there. It was last week, but it's $7.99, which is a bargain. If you want an online more as I call them, then £8 a steal.
How are you, Kate Walker?
Am I going to get a pin?
Is your departure from the clinic imminent?
I'm afraid not.
You seem upset. What's wrong?
I have to use a kind of key to open a door and
I'm enjoying
get out of this place.
one of my Audible purchases
kind of a test,
recently
you know?
was Stephen King's It, because I saw the trailer for the new movie, and shit did
work.
That.
And when I compared it with an original, I saw it had been sabotaged.
If you've not seen the new trailer for the latest new Stephen King's It, because they've remade the movie,
Kirk.
Head on internet and have a look, because it is fantastic.
That's a serious
so I couldn't help myself but buy
sure?
it because I've got some spare credits on my Audible.
What's wrong?
It looks
Kate
brilliant.
Of
so I went and got
I'm
the book.
sure, Kirk.
And I'm also
Look at you,
enjoying
trapped in that instrument of torture. You don't think that's strange?
Another recommendation you heard me say on the show: get the Stephen Fry.
It's true that I've been very weak since I began Madame Olga's treatment.
Sherlock Holmes.
But she says
that's
that it's
70
normal.
quid value, and
She
it's
calls it
over
temporary
77 hours long of content.
We really need to get
Sherlock
out of
Holmes
here,
stories,
Kirk.
and Stephen Fry is
Unfortunately,
fantastic.
I cannot
in it.
undertake the long migration
Great
of the
Audible
ostriches
book.
without the mechanical leg, Kate Walker. But you, on the other hand, you can leave.
But how?
Show me the model of the key you told me about. Show me the model of the key instead, please.
Press the wrong button.
Show me the model of the key instead, please.
I just have done. Open the inventory. Key to the exit.
I need to see the original model of this.
Oh, right. Okay, keep your tits in.
That's what I thought. With this, my tribe smith should be able to repair your key. If, of course, you find a way to get it to him.
I doubt they have a postal service here.
Yeah,
Go on to the balcony.
I've had quite
Our
a few
shaman's
tips with
messenger is
Audible.
never
One
very
tip
far.
is if you go and
I
cancel,
use
they'll
it
lower
to
your
communicate with my
subscription.
people. You can give it the key. It'll take it to my tribe smith.
Oh, that owl. I've got to give the key to
Got
the
it.
owl. Yeah,
Thank
I've
you
had
so
people
much,
say if
Kirk.
I try and cancel, you'll get a cheaper price. If I try and cancel, they'll give you an extra credit. I don't need credits at the minute, because what I did, I don't know if you guys saw, when they had a sale on a couple of weeks back, and you could buy 3 credits for 12 quid. So I jumped on board that, and I bought the 3 credits. I meant to say it on the show and completely forgot. But they did a sale on 3 credits for 12 quid, so I bought them.
Let's try something else.
What am I supposed to do here? Wait a minute, whoa. Are you getting Mario Kart? Just been talking about it, Darren, before you came on, mate.
Hey there. That's it.
Come
on,
they are, but you know what? it's a bit weird with, I mean, like Zelda, and I'll stand by this. Zelda, I don't think Zelda is a 10 out of 10 game like it was straight away. Everybody went fucking ape shit, didn't they, and thought it was fantastic. It's a good game. It's a brilliant game. It's a brilliant game on Nintendo. It's a really good new game. Mario Kart, I mean, I've been seeing like 9s and 10s, and I find that strange, because if it was a brand new Mario Kart, then I get it. But you've got to remember, it's a remake. How can you score a remake 10 out of 10? And I just feel the nostalgic, these review scores I've seen this last 2 days, I just can't see how professional gaming reviewers can give them that score. It's a remake. It's a HD remake, and I can't understand it. If it was brand new, then yeah, knock yourself out. But on average, it should never... Did it get 10 out of 10s when it originally come out? No, I don't think it did. And I just think people are giving these scores on the Switch at the minute because there's absolutely shit all to play on it. And they feel like kind of obliged. And I'm sorry, but I ain't paying 44 quid for a game that, 1, I used to have, 2, I've played, and 3 is a remake. Never. You name me the last remake. And Gareth, I think you're £20 tops, mate. You're spot on. Every remake that you've ever seen has never been more than that kind of money. It's shocking. Shocking. It is. Let me try and get this owl to do something. He don't seem to be cooperating.
Hey there. That's it. Come on, come here.
How are we going to get this twat to do this? Send the key to the thing via the messenger.
Kirk's tribe's camp, I guess.
Now the messenger's the owl, clearly, is it?
This must be Valsambor, the town Kirk told me about.
How the hell are we going to get this
there.
owl?
That's it. Come on, come here.
Right, let's try waving the leaflet.
Impossible.
Let's try the key.
Let's try something else. Nothing. No way.
Okay then, boys. Any ideas?
Kirk's tribe's camp, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not a chance. It doesn't work. No way.
What is that?
Let's try something else.
I've tried it. What is that thing there? Oak to feed it with. Now, I think there's obviously something here, what this thing is. I can't see what that actual item is, can you guys? No, I don't know why I've done that either. I think we're missing something, don't you? Let's get out and try and... What is that thing in the window? See, it doesn't let you look at it either. It just lets you log into that window mode. I mean, I can't see what that is. Let me just have a quick run around this corner, see if there's anything here popping up. I don't think there will be. No, there's nothing there. Never has been. And when I click the help button, send the key to the yokels via the message. So the prices for anything related to Switch games, and it's obscene, mate. It has. But you know what? You know what's absolutely fucking crazy? The sales for the thing are at the crazy. They are. The sales for it are just mad. Well, I'm stuck, guys. Let's pop back and talk to Lado in here. I might have missed something when I was chatting. Let's have a yak to Lado.
About that bird, Kirk. I must be doing something wrong.
Here we are, look.
It won't come to me when I call it.
It's true that the old owl is a bit of a lunatic. Have you tried to get it to land on the balcony?
No, but I don't see what I can use for that.
Look around the yard, Kate Walker. You may find something that might interest the board.
Why
You see,
I'll give it a shot.
This game is
Thank you for your
obviously...
help, Kurt.
Now, you need to chat to unlock it. It's a bit backward, and it's a pain in the ass. Because I bet you now I can do something at that thing. He says. Mate, these games are a very niche market. They're point and clicks. You've got to like them. I like them a lot. The controls a bit dodgy, I've got to say. But I like games like this because I like this part. I like the puzzle. I like the thinking behind it. I just do like it. I don't know why this is still not working,
Hey, you!
though.
Birdie, I've got something for you.
Yeah, but you haven't. What is that thing in the window?
Hey there, that's it.
It's not going to work, is it? I don't know why I keep clicking it. It's not going to work. Right. A lot of people didn't have a Wii U, though, and missed the game. Michael, I agree, mate, but I still don't think it should be full price. No way. No way. Whether you've played... If you are a non-player, then even... The Switch games are way overpriced at the minute. Way overpriced. Like I was telling... I don't know if I said it on the street or I said it on somewhere I said it. I mean, I've got that many bloody places now that I talk and chat. I lose track where I'm saying shit. But you look at things like... I was really thinking about the Wonder Boy yesterday, and I went scanning, looked at the videos, and it was really cool. I like the look of Wonder Boy. I watched the video, so I thought, yeah, nice. Looks a nice, decent old platformer. I'll have a bit of that.
And have you seen
Where's
any
the yard
dragons
hop
too?
along mentioned? Yeah, I think this might be the yard. Is it classed as the yard? I don't know. We'll have a quick scan around here, or I don't think this is it, Shindu. So yeah, I clicked on the Wonder Boy to have a look. It's $29.99. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. Anton fell asleep in the middle of the game again.
That means they've left that room where they were playing chess. Where was that room where they were playing chess? I need to find that room where they were playing chess. Because I have a feeling... Is this it? Is it through here? No, it was his office. Where the shit was they playing chess? I spent a fortune on Wii U and got the DLCs. On Mario Kart. You know the soundtrack's free on Spotify? Head on to Spotify on your PlayStation and it's free and it's massive. I've never seen so many bloody songs. In fact, I won't lie, it was that big. I actually deleted it off my Spotify because it was on the front end of my Spotify playlist and it was like 3 CD-esques long, but each CD had got like 20 bloody songs on it. Could you get a fish from the fountain? Good thinking. Wonder Boy on PS4 is $15.99. There you are, John. Bang on, mate. Why? I'll tell you what, John. Now, if you're telling me that Wonder Boy's $15.99 on PlayStation Store, I might actually go and get that. Because I quite like the look of it. It's a bit old schooly. Bit old schooly. Oh, look what I've got. I picked a key up. I've only picked a key up. And that'll be the key for the birdhouse. So we put an owl on the ledge, because I know what that thing is on the ledge now. It's a perch. So I'm going to stick an owl on the ledge. Boom. This is the feelings I like on these games, boys. Watch. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. Because look, that is standing on something that's exactly the same as in the bloody window. Oh, come on. I haven't, have I? Come on. Oh, look here. Come on. Oh, get out of here. Come to your dad. I know. You see, you got to think I'm good at these as well. I was adventure crazy back in my day. And I'll tell you now, when you do play adventures, you do get a real wavelength of thinking. You just do. And that's when you say there, you know, it's not for you. Because I think you'd play this and get really pissed off and think, but you just think on that wavelength. You just do when you play a lot of these games. Let's see if my theory is right. Watch this. Boom. Cameras. Boom. Let's get the old owl. Where is he? Come to your dad. Boom. Oh, look here. Come on. Round of applause, please. Round of applause. Just wind the key as well. Even winds the key, look. Oh, come on. Am I still thinking of getting an Xbox? I am, mate, just so I've got one and I've got the account and shit. To be honest, I might buy a second-hand one. I think I've seen one in CEX or somewhere, or Cash Can Bitch, about 150. I don't mind paying 150. I don't need an Xbox One S because I don't need the player anymore. I just need it for the account, basically. So, yeah, I might do. Because as a podcaster, as a person, I've always said for many, many years, you need to be able to talk about all things. Having said that, though, is there anything to bloody play on it? But less said about that, the better. He says. What's going to happen then now? I've got to wait for this owl to do... Are you that owl now going to know to bugger off to that place? And how long is it going to take him? I'm enjoying this, guys. I've got to admit. I think it's a great game to play on the stream. I do. You're not going to hear much more about the Scorpio work, Wellesley. There's nothing to say. It's just... That's it. They've only... Go and listen to... Nip onto YouTube, like I've just said, and go and watch the kind of funny games for...
That's good news, Kit Walker. Now we only need...
Kirk.
For the kind of funny games, they do a quick
Dr.
look
Olga's
for E3 predictions. They do both Microsoft and Sony. The Microsoft one's pretty intriguing.
Kirk.
Just bought the Graceful Explosion machine. Michael, I went and looked at that. I think it was you who mentioned it in the stream last night. And I actually looked at it. I didn't like the look of it. Not for me. Yeah, I actually didn't like the look of that, I must admit. What have you done with Kate?
Who are you?
She's a bit evil.
And what have you done to Kirk? You're the one who put him in this torture device.
The talk on the face, I mean, it's probably going to spoil what you're going to do. They basically talk about the same thing. A couple of them actually think they might come out and say $400. I don't think it is going to be $400 because there's a guest on that podcast. I don't know the guy. I don't know who he is. I don't know whether he's linked, but he sounds a very intelligent man. And he actually comments on he's a technical something to do with game developing, and he understands about parts. And what I've been saying for a long time, the parts, you can't get away from the fact the parts in the Scorpio are expensive. The processors, the RAM, the cooling, it's expensive shit. So unless Microsoft are fully prepared to take a real big hit, it's gonna be 500 quid or more. And this guy says so on this desk, and he sounds like he knows what he's on about. Because he sounds like he actually works in the business of that kind of thing. And he actually says...
That woman doesn't intimidate me. If I ask to be released, she can't stop me.
Did you hear me? Did you even understand?
Dr. Efimova, I demand to be released from this clinic.
They're going to come on.
And trust me,
some of them said if they do announce price, it's going to be 400. The other guy said no way because their parts are too expensive. They then say they might not mention price at all at E3, and I'm kind of starting to think that way as well.
I'm responsible
because you've got to think if it's going to be expensive and they want to really get excitement out of E3. If they come out and say it's going to be 500 odd, I think it might put a dampener on the whole show for them. There's no way, Wells, it's going to be $399. No way on this earth.
Please assuage my professional conscience before you go.
I'll tell you now, if they sell it, excuse me, if that machine sells for $399, Microsoft will make such a loss it could give them an absolute pain in the ass for the future for gaming for them.
What? the...
Oh, silly. You've pushed her into revealing her true nature. We've missed
It's
that.
for your own good, Miss
I think Microsoft will
Walker.
take a loss on it, especially if they have learnt the
Believe me.
lessons. Mate,
You must receive
$399 is
treatment,
no
whether
chance.
you like it or not.
I'll be astounded if it's that price. The gear inside it is the gear, and I've said this before, and I know they get things like, because they buy in massive bulk. Obviously, they're a massive company, so when they're ordering GPUs, they're ordering millions of them.
I can't believe Dr. Olga
The
drugged
parts
me.
in that machine,
That one
as
is
of today,
completely
work out between $600 to $800. People have tested it. People have shown it. The hardware they are speaking of is valued at $600 to $800 on a current market. So you're looking at 6 months down the line, it will lose appreciable price because of tech like that will lose. And they've obviously got to stick to the specifications because it's being built. So I'm telling you now, if they sell it at $399, holy shit. Pick up the repaired key to the exit. So the owl's left it then. He has. Good old lad. So yeah, it's... I just can't see it. I hope it is. Listen. I hope it is. Christ, I do. And I'm not sitting here saying I want it to be that price. I hope it's $399.
How do you feel?
For both our sakes
Not
and
very
theirs.
well, I'm afraid.
This guy's going to pop it, I'm telling you. He's going
This
to pop it.
situation can't go on, Kirk. So what can I do to help you get out?
The best thing, Kate Walker, is
I know,
for you to
Rodney,
go
it is one of the biggest companies in the world, but...
And if you really want to help me, once you are outside, go to
Let me just say this as well.
Try to recover
I'm not
my
saying this from
prosthesis
my
from
view
the
as well. It
craftsman.
is my view.
If you bring it back
but
to
you've
me,
only got to go and listen to all the
Dr.
guys that
Samyatin
know more
put it
shit than
on,
I do, the
and I
professionals.
will be able to go back to my
Every
tribe.
one of them is saying the same
Can
thing.
we trust Dr.
And they are
Samyatin?
privy to a lot
I'm not
more
so
shit
sure
than
when I see
I
what
am.
this clinic is like.
The man has always
I
been a
honestly
friend to the
believe it will
Yukos,
be $499.
and I'm sure he'll be able to help you leave the hospital.
And I'm starting to
Find
tend
the
to think
craftsman
like
in
the guys at
Valsenborg.
Kind of Funny. I don't think it will be
Okay.
announced at E3 either.
I promise to come back
I
as
think
soon as I
the
can with your
price point-
prosthesis, Kirk.
Let me just say
Until
this.
then, hang in there.
It will be announced at E3 if
Thank you,
it's low, like
Kate
you
Walker.
guys think it's going to be. If you honestly think
May
it's going to
the
be at
spirits be
$400 or
with you.
400 quid, if that's the price of the Scorpio, it will be announced at E3 because that creates a great selling point. If the selling price is going to be 500, I don't think they announce it at E3 because they want that show to come out positive. They want everything about it to be positive. It's prior to Sony as well, so they want it to sound all positive. And if they drop the bomb and say it's 500 quid, I think that puts a dampener on their show, whatever they produce. So we'll have to wait and see. It's certainly exciting, let's be honest. Niall, that's me spot on. I know I'm sitting on here and saying things like, I want it for the show, which I probably will, and things like that. But price has got to be considered this time for everybody. Do you think if Sony is sold at $399, it will? If Scorpio, you mean, Rodney? I take it. Do you think if Scorpio is sold? No, I don't. And I think the guys at Kind of Funny touched on this as well. Because it won't, because they've got too much to catch up. And let's not lie, for that machine to sell in the numbers that they want it to sell in, even the most advocate of fanboys aren't just going to chuck 400, 500, 600, whatever it's going to be at a console if there's not a lot to play on it. Period. I mean, you guys answer yourselves now, perfectly honestly now, right now. Are you honestly going to be prepared to chuck 400 or 500 quid on a new console? And I tell you what, it's like a Switch, but jumping the scale up. It's a Switch, but 5 times worse. Let me out to you guys now. Are you guys prepared to throw 280 quid at a Switch to play Zelda? Because that's what you had to do. I know, and me from a personal point of view, I honestly don't think, and I'm talking day one as well, I don't think I will chuck 500 quid odd at a Scorpio if they are literally offering me, let's play devil's advocate, they say November to Christmas release, Scorpio's out at 5, and I'm going to play Forza on it, Crackdown 3, maybe a Halo, and by the way, the guys at Kinda Funny say they think there is a Halo game coming. And also they touched on the fact that Halo might be coming like a rebrand, not like a Halo shooter, a Halo universe, but a different kind of game. Which kind of makes sense. I quite like the sound of that, I must admit. I do like the sound of that. Imagine Halo rebooting a kind of completely different game. Why can't she get up them steps? She is not walking up these steps, by the way, which is bullshit. Anyway, let's find Dr. Wells if that's who we're looking for. Got to be somewhere. I bet this is the guy. Don't get me wrong, I love my Xbox, but I'm with you, mate. They need to show me what I'm... It is, and I'm not... And I think...
to see you up and about.
And I know it's not 100% comparison, but let's compare the Switch. We're talking of a multi-billion pound company at the highest pinnacle of gaming, Nintendo, sells a console for quite a high price for what it was.
Don't be so shy,
for tech-wise.
You can talk to me openly.
I don't want to say anything bad about someone you seem to appreciate.
And there's literally
Dr.
a handful of
Sabatine,
games.
Quite frankly, Dr.
A lot of people
Effie
aren't prepared to take that jump. So now, fast forward to November,
she
are
and
people
her
going to want to take that jump
Dr.
again?
Mangling put me through a real interrogation.
I think not. I think people are going to look and say, well, wait a minute. And don't forget, this E3 that we're waiting for.
Not to mention the psychological grip she seems to have on everybody here.
The games are going to make
Listen to me, Miss Walker.
make that machine sell or not. Bottom line, if the release schedule for games is shit, only the die-hard Xbox fans will buy one. Because they'll be able to play all their Xbox One titles, like I said at the start. They'll play it, they'll love it. For the people in the middle, or people that are multi-console owners, they're going to say, well, let me put it this way. Multi-console owners right now will have an Xbox One. The bottom line 1 billion%, if you haven't got a 4K telly, you don't even think about it anyway. Let me just read these questions you guys have put. Got an Xbox One, but once the Scorpio comes out and Sony drops their price, I'll be more tempted to switch to get me a Pro. There you are. Me personally, but 9% of games are cross-platform and I'm to PlayStation. Yeah, another point. But I will touch on the fact, the people in the middle, like the multi-console owners, and let's not piss about here either.
But
it's what we said on the show of it as well. It's 4K. 4K can't get ultra better and brilliant.
That pendant you have around your neck. I must admit, I noticed it as soon as you walked in.
All it means is more titles can run at 4K. That's what the Scorpio is going to do. And if you haven't got your 4K telly yet, guys, then there's no point at all.
Come on, don't be so shy, miss. You can talk to me.
It's an extremely personal story, Doctor. I'm sorry.
I must have upset some people because about 6 people have dropped out of the room, so they probably are Xbox fanboys. Apologies. But it's just, I'm just making a point.
I know from experience that you must share it.
But it is getting on, actually, it's 11:15. I'll play this till 11 o'clock, guys.
Dr. Zamiatine, I promised
Microsoft
Kirk
are a
I'd go to the
good
craftsman
company,
in
though.
Valsambor and bring back his mechanical
They do not get a lot
prosthesis.
of shit for past mistakes.
The poor boy has been waiting for it for ages.
They do make mistakes,
so I'd like
though,
to try to
Wellesley. You
speed up
can't
the
deny that,
process.
mate. They've not...
Would you tell me how to get there?
They've made some epic fails in the last
Now
2-3 years regarding console. They really
I
have.
asked my clockmaker friend Simon Steiner
And if you look where we are right now as well,
mechanical prosthetic
they're not expensive, Rodney. I've just said I posted today that LG, if anybody's interested, I posted on my Twitter feed that LG, if you go to eBuyer at the minute, LG have got a 49-inch 4K HDR running for $429. It looked a really nice TV.
Can you authorize my release so that I can see Dr. Steiner? Unfortunately, I've been told that the clinic is in lockdown.
You will have to
I'm
ask
just going to
Dr.
stream this
Olga,
till 11
Miss
o'clock,
Walker.
guys.
She signed the current order to lock our establishment down. She's in charge of giving out
Because
the
numbers are
passes.
dropping in the room and it is a bit late. I'm probably going to catch a movie before I go to bed tonight, I think.
This book should answer any of the questions you may have about Haruko's friends. Farewell and bon voyage, Miss Walker.
She does look like Lara Croft, though. A lot.
Why did the Yukos ask you to heal Kirk?
On each of their migrations,
well, Microsoft
the
made a lot of
Yukos
mistakes,
shamans and
but
I
they
have
are on a
exchanged medical
comeback. Do you really
knowledge.
think they're on a comeback?
Their
Honestly,
trance therapy
how
and
do you?
materia medica have
Let me ask you a
provided
question, and
astounding
I'm sitting in
results
the
for my
middle.
patients affected by
Why do you think they're
psychological
making a comeback?
afflictions. In exchange,
Really?
I do what I can to take care of
Because
those
right now,
injured that
I
they
honestly don't. They're
can't
not
heal
making
using
a
their
comeback. They're
traditional
sat right in
medicine,
the
like,
middle.
that poor boy who lost his leg.
The only comeback they're doing is literally they've what announced the Scorpio that we all know's there. We all know the specs of. Alan, this is called Siberia 3, mate. That early review copy.
Indeed. It would seem that most of the
It says
inhabitants of
point and click,
Valsamore are now quite hostile towards them.
Bit slow, but
This
if you're
wasn't
into
the
these
case a while
point and
back,
clicks,
you know.
it's been so
When I was
good
young,
so far.
the migration of
We've
the
got
snow
into it in the last
ostriches was an
hour, and
event
there's been
widely
some
welcomed
quite cool
with open
puzzles.
arms in Valsamore.
The chat and the talk
Why the
is a
change
bit
in
ropey,
attitude?
but it's a
Our
nice little
region
puzzler.
was actually somewhat devastated 20 years ago. Dramatic events changed
With a big
the way people
backstory, I
viewed
think,
the
being
world.
Siberia 3, I think it relies on the other
people
two
turned
as
inward
well,
on themselves.
which
They're
I've
less
not
welcoming.
played.
And the fact that the
One on
Yukos have been
Netflix
stuck
I started
here, next to
watching
Lake
called The
Valsamore
Discovery.
for several weeks
I watched,
hasn't helped.
I finished watching that Oklahoma last night, by the way, guys. Really, really worth a watch, that is.
How many ostrich migrations have you seen?
I did watch
This is
the
the third
latest
one.
episode
I'm lucky to have
of
seen so many of them. It's a rare
Designated
spectacle. Believe
Survivor
me,
last night, and
a
it was a
great herd
bit of a
ostriches
piss-poor
accompanied by the
episode, to be
Yukos,
fair.
doomed to blindly
They do
follow their
occasionally
animals
chuck an
wherever they
episode
happen to
like that
roam.
where it gets a bit too
And they don't
political,
care about countries,
where they're like trying
wars,
to
and borders.
pick the judges and shit, and it's like
You
a bit
seem to
slow.
like the Yukos, Dr.
Still a great
Zalianty.
program, though, I will say.
They are a fascinating people, you know, and such
I
astonishing
love you, mate,
medicine
I do, but
infused
consumers
with
are fickle. If
shamanism,
you think people won't shift from one console to
without which,
another,
no
such as
doubt you would have
Xbox to
never
360
arrived
to
in this clinic
PS4,
alive,
then
Miss Walker.
It's really necessary for me to ask Olga's permission to leave? You're the director of
I
this
think the
clinic,
thing is,
after all.
guys, about...
Olga is my right-hand woman. I can't keep her uninvolved in current
I agree
matters,
people
Miss
will
Walker.
buy
She
consoles.
is
Avid
also
gamers
currently
will
your
buy
doctor.
consoles.
You should really talk with her
Die-hard
about it.
gamers will buy consoles.
She
When
isn't
I'm
as
talking
evil as you
about the
seem
things
to
I'm
believe.
talking about,
You'll find
Scorpio-wise,
her in her office,
let me
most
tell you
probably.
now, Microsoft aren't aiming that at us. They are in a fashion because they know we're the hardcore gamers and we are ones that are going to be the first purchasers. But a console such as that has to live on sales down the line. The people that aren't the first buyers, the day one buyers. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm trying to get across, are they going to sell? We know we're going to get them. Let's not piss about. We're all going to get them at some point because we're avid hardcore gamers. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to get across to you, it's the one Microsoft have business things put in place. They know we're going to buy them, come what may. This time, I think for the first time though, I think even hardcore gamers will just take a long look. Because at the current situation, Microsoft are struggling for games. You've only got to look at the current market right now. There is very little to play. And they've got to recover from that for a start. Yes, they're taking short steps on that score with telling us about the Scorpio and how great it is. But they've still got to bring us the back end. I'm just saying that the real business end of the Scorpio is going to be the people that are going to walk in. And this is what I come to as well. And this is a touchy subject. Your average buyer, not us, the ones down from us, walk into the stores at Christmas and you've got Switch, $280, maybe a bit less with packages. Pro, $300. Some say they're going to drop that down. There's a rumour talking that the Pro's going to have a $50 price cut in America, so that'll filter down. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. So that's going to be $250, $300, and then we get the Scorpio on the shelf at $500, say $450, $500, and there's obviously not going to be very many titles because it's a new piece of kit. They'll have to sell the they'll have to obviously sell it to the man in the street. And I've got to say, and you guys have all done this, we've all been parents and, you know, we've all done Christmas. You walk into a game store to buy a console for the kids, you are seriously not going to be looking at a 500 console that's got, say, 5-10 games on it. I know that it's got backwards compatibility, but any salesman worth his salt, and he probably won't do this because he's probably on a commission to make bigger sales, but any salesman worth his salt would tell the average Joe in the street, well, if you want to play your games, have you got a 4K telly? Have you got that? We're selling an Xbox One S here for half that price. It'll play the same games, because let's not piss about. That's exactly what it will do. Any salesman worth his salt should stand there and tell average Joe, here's the Scorpio, it's the latest shit, it'll play all the nice pictures and 4K, but the games it's going to be getting on it mostly will play on this little white machine here, not in 4K, but just as good as you're looking today, for half the price. Average Joe in the street buying for Christmas is going to buy the Xbox One S. And I'll tell you this, and I'll make a point about this, I might be wrong, I don't know, but I think the Xbox One S could actually sell well at Christmas because of this analogy that I'm using. Because average Joe blog in the street is going to be looking for a bargain. And if he's an Xbox person looking for Xbox stuff, then a salesman, like I say, whether they do this or not, I don't know, that's another point. But they should actually say to him, this one's half the price, guys. So that's the kind of points I'm making. It's in Russian, that is. Mammoth butchered on Yukor's tape recorded. Okay, do we get another page back? Now, what difference I'm is going to see is from using a Pro to a Scorpio, using a 4K TV. What different? You're not going to see any difference. Seriously, you're not going to see a massive jump, and that's my point. Do you think Microsoft will patch old Xbox One games to play it on 4K? Let me tell you now, that is going to be their E3 speak. They're going to come on stage, they're going to give it all that chirpy chirp, and what they're going to chirp is, play all your Xbox One games on this new Scorpio in upscaled 4K loveliness and some at 4K loveliness. That's going to be their selling point. They're going to try and sell to Mr. Xbox fanboy that he can now upgrade and get really better quality of all the games he's playing. Rodney, if you go to last night's stream on YouTube, mate, I played Horizon. You missed out. I started Horizon. I showed about an hour's play of it. I didn't start it from the beginning, though. I know a few people have been asking me to start it from the beginning. I'll help you buy it. Mate, don't get me wrong, for this show I'll probably get a Scorpio, obviously, because it's new tech and it's great for the show and it's great to talk about the technicalities and how it's playing and how it plays on screen. So yeah, I'll more than likely get, unless some rumours are true that it's going to be out through the fucking roof at like 600. If it's then, no, whoa. I think we'd all have to take a step back then. Seriously. There isn't any spoilers in it, mate. None at all. There is no spoilers in that thing. I think I recorded about 45 minutes to an hour. If you want to just see the game, I kill a few animals. Oh, right, sorry. I killed a few animals, some big guys. I showed you my weapons, my high-end weapons. I think it will, if you've never seen it, then yeah, I think you will... I think you'll enjoy it. Mate, it's my best video game ever made. Ever. Period. Because it ticks all my boxes, and it just look. And let's be fair, there's not a single podcast place or anything that's not lost their mind about it. Let's be honest. Seriously. I don't know whether I'm supposed to be reading this, but I'm about to shut this thing down. I'll have a bit of a chat with you guys for 5-10 minutes. This thing lasted an hour last time we did it. So, I haven't got any drink left either. I won't hate the Scorpio, Rodney. People have got a really weird thing, and I wish And this is one thing that kind of infuriates me a bit about when people have a go at me for saying you're having a bash. I think I have a bash at Microsoft because, and let's be fair, I've not been that wrong over the last 6, 12, 18 months about Microsoft and the Xbox. Do you want me to stand here and say I told you so about Kinect? You go back to when I talked about Kinect day one. Seriously. Morning, Andy from Australia, another crazy long distance watcher. Go back to the shows when I used to absolutely lambaste the Kinect. All the other guys were saying, oh, it's brilliant, it's going to work, Lordy. Go on, do you want me to sit here and go, I told you so? I was 100% absolutely spot on with Kinect from day one. I told you it didn't work right, I told you it won't be supported right, and it's a piece of shit. And I was bang on. Yeah, cheers, Rodney. Yeah, no problem, mate. Speak to you soon. But going back, what people kind of don't realise, I was a 360 fanboy, and this is what the funny reel makes me privately when I'm having chats with Ricky and stuff, and we get some pretty, you know, like offensive stuff on the site when people call me a fanboy because of my comments. People seem to forget, and it's funny, and we actually do physically have a good long hard laugh about it. Rewind the show to 4 or 5 years ago, and I was being accused of being a fanboy, an Xbox fanboy. And if you try and figure out what I always do, I try and speak my opinions and what I feel about the gaming thing. And I've not been far wrong about Microsoft so far. I have been saying for a while that there's not a lot coming out for it. And I have been saying that the games for Sony look a lot better. And that show me and Ricky did, the impromptu show when they announced the Pro, I got absolutely lambasted for that. I got called some serious bad names for that. And again, I've been proven right. 6, 8 months down the line, everybody's now saying the same about PlayStation games that I said 6 to 8 months ago. And people, what I find really funny is they come and give me crap about it when I say it originally, but I never see them coming back 6 months later and saying, you were right. You know, Kinect, the shit I used to get for Kinect. Have I had anyone, you know, that's come back and said, oh, you were right, Toz, about Kinect. I apologise for having a go at you for the last few weeks. I thought it was going to be okay, but you were right. No, do this shit. Not one person ever comes back and says that, ever. But I'm not saying I'm right 100%. I'm not even close. I'm right 100% of the time. I'm just a passionate man that's been video gaming since I was 8 years old, which is 45 years ago, nearly 42 years ago. I kind of know a lot about video games. I've been doing it all my life. So, bottom line again, it's not fanboy. I want Microsoft Scorpio to work. I want one under my TV. I want the latest gaming tech because I'm a video games fan. And I like talking about it as well. So, a lot of people swapped over from the... I think you'll find, Andy, as well, that there's no escaping, again, and this is why I kind of get a bit aerated when people have a go at me for I'm a fanboy PlayStation. No, what I am, I'm an avid hardcore gamer that runs a podcast to talk about video games, and I'm playing the best games out there at the minute. And this is what is stupid. And people are so brand loyal, and I get it, and you've heard me talk on the show if you're a listener. I use the phrase buyer's remorse, not buyer's remorse as such, but people always have to validate and stick up for the purchases that they make, and I fully 100% that. It's a natural thing inside of you. You spent X amount of money on your nice shiny toy. If it's a bit shitter than the other one, you're not going to come out and say, oh Christ, yeah, I made a right mess there. I bought the wrong bloody, I backed the wrong horse there, and nobody does that, and I get that. What I do, I like to play the best games, and this is what I want to get across. If Horizon was on Xbox, I'd be saying exactly the same thing. It's the best video game I've ever played, because it is. You've got to remember, I just play games because I enjoy them. And I never am a fanboy about one console. I've played them all. I've got them all. Not at the minute I haven't, but I'm planning to. There isn't... And I think for the first time ever... Carl, and this is where, again, I kind of try and be a bit adult about it, grown-ass man about it, not fanboyism. I think for the first time ever, and we've been doing this a long time, one of the big brands, Microsoft, has got, and I think everybody, even the die-hard Xbox fans, cannot fail to be sitting right here, right now, and for the previous 6 months, a bit let down. And there is nothing to play. And you do get the fanboy backbiting and all the shit going off. And the reason they're doing it, again, because it's brand loyalty. There's no way an Xbox fan can stand up now and hold his hand up and say, yeah, it's all right, we're playing whatever. You're not. Sorry. There's no human being gamer on the planet at the minute is calling that thing okay. It's not okay. However, I get why it's in that situation. They're in a very funny transition period regarding the Scorpio due out in 6 months. They're planning for E3. So they're in a very weird limbo area that's probably never been seen before in console history. However, I want to go back to a point I made the other day. It's where Microsoft, I think, have dropped the ball right now, irrespective of E3, whether they're planning or not, which they obviously are, irrespective of Scorpio, because let's be honest, 99.9% of shit that's going to be on there, people can play now. What I really object to now, as an Xbox fan, and if you are one of these die-hard Xbox fans, I'd feel let down right now, because I've shown my loyalty to you as a brand for many, many years. I have stuck with you through thick and thin. But I am sat now as an Xbox fan thinking to myself, Sony are kicking us arse at the minute, and what you are not doing, yes, you're showing what's coming, but what have I had to play in the last 6 months? What have I got to play now? What have I got to play in the next 3 to 6 months? I'm sorry, you're bringing us a nice new piece of kit, and I'm really pleased about that as an Xbox fan, but for Christ's sake, I've spent my money on brand loyalty, I've supported you for all these years, but you're not telling us a damn thing. And what about us that's not going to buy Scorpio? What about us that's sat here now that's not going to take the next technology? And let me tell you guys, there are a damn hell of a lot of people that's not going to do that. What about them? What about them poor sods that are sat there right now? Can you tell me what I'm going to be playing in 6 months, please? What have I been playing in the last... I think, and that's where I, as an Xbox fan, would feel let down at the minute. You can't escape that point. And I'm just going to touch on my personal point, and this kind of also, to me, proves the situation 100% where Microsoft and Xbox are right now. I've just told you I've been gaming for 42 odd years. I have never, ever, ever, this is the first ever time I have been sat in a generation where I haven't had all the consoles. Ever. Ever. And we're in a moment now where console gaming is at its strongest. It's supposedly at its best point forever. I'm sat here now with no Xbox One S or Xbox One, and I actually physically sold it for the reason that I don't want one. Yes, it was slightly, a bit off, and it was broken. It led to be my player was in shit, but I could argue about the Blu-ray player till I go blue in the face, pardon the pun. But the point being, for the first time ever in my gaming history, I have not got one of the new consoles for a reason, none other than there's literally fuck all to play on it. I cannot tell you, at the point of selling, I actually had a thought to myself when I was packing it up. When was the last time I actually switched this on to play a long gaming session on it? And I couldn't remember. I honestly couldn't remember. I think the last game I stuck on it to play, and this let me down and I felt disappointed, I think, was Forza Horizon 3. And that was just repetitive from the previous version. Again, something Xbox have been slightly guilty of a lot of. And I have no doubt they're going to be guilty of it again. Andy, you make a good point, mate. You know, it's crazy. And the stuff that's going to be... You know, the Scorpio isn't going to be cheap. And I think for the first time ever, again, like we talked slightly a few minutes ago, I think for the first time ever, even the strongest of gamer fans of either type, you are actually going to look at the price. I'll see you, Wellesley, if you're going, mate. Thank you for joining the stream. Probably won't be streaming again till Monday now. I don't do weekends. Probably Saturday night. It's more football that I watch and sport, so I probably won't stream. Obviously, there's a show on Sunday. There might be a Rambler on Monday, but there won't be streaming again until Monday. So if you come back, thanks for watching, listening. Well, you're watching my ugly mug. But yeah, I think it's still an exciting time that we're moving to. I think E3, but we say it every year, it's going to be one of the best ever. It is. I can't wait this year. I really can't. I think it's so cool. I'm in it because I think we're interested in, at the lower point, I think Nintendo have got to bring something to the stage this time. It's great to see that they're back, although they've not confirmed how they're going to do it this time. I think they've got to try and knock it out of the park this time, because I think the Switch is being let down again. And I think this kind of touches on where I'm going with the Scorpio. The Switch is being let down because of lack of titles to play on it. And I think Microsoft could learn a hell of a lot from this at the minute. And I still stick by the fact that thing shouldn't have come out yet. Should have been out at Christmas, November time. Without a doubt, no question. We then go to Sony. I think Sony have obviously got I think their E3 is just going to be as exciting, if none other than a lot of people want to see how they're going to react to Microsoft, and that is all they're bothered about. They really are, because there's no exciting hardware to mention unless they really drop the bollock and come out and blow everybody out of the water. In fact, I think if they are serious, let's play silly buggers and say that they've got a PS5 in the works, which we know they have. When and where we don't know. If I was Sony, what I'd do if I knew that was the plan, if I was Mr. Head Sony with the suit on, the guy that comes on the stage, I'd literally start the show, walking out the thing, take the applause, stand there, say my welcomes, hello everybody, welcome to this E3, it's going to be a real good E3 this year, blah-de-blah-de-blah. I'd then go, curtain opens, here we are guys, PS5, released early 2018, drop the mic, walk off, show a video montage for half an hour of all the titles that's coming out in the next 12 months. Show closes. Show's lasted half an hour. You've announced PlayStation 5, dropped the mic, walked off. That's how I'd handle it. However, I do not think PS5 is anywhere close to being announced yet on E3. But I go back to what I was talking about. E3 for Sony is interesting, none other than to see what are they going to do. My predictions are they're going to drop it a bit, maybe $30, $40, $50, I'm unsure. It makes perfect sense. They're selling crazy. They're up to 78 million consoles now of the PS4. It just makes sense to drop it another $50, in my opinion. I don't think it hurts them. I don't think it does anything. They've sold enough to they're making money now hand over fist, so dropping that I think is a great point. Again, for the Christmas market, I think it would make a great selling point. I do think they need to bring a SKU together of PS Pro with Horizon Dawn as a unit for a Christmas market. I think that would sell ridiculously well for people that's not upgraded yet. Then we move to Microsoft. Obviously, they're now Sunday afternoon. They're the first on the show the day before, never been done. That's interesting. Rumours are saying it's going to be about an hour and a half, I think, is the show. I've touched on earlier, people are umming, will they announce the price? I stand by what I said. I think if they are going to drop the bomb with a $400 price, they will announce it. If it's close to what most of the industry is saying, 500, 550, I don't think they mention the price at all this at E3. They save it. I think they'll just open, probably they'll show the thing. I'll be astounded if the actual model is not there to be shown physically this time. I think that will be, if the model is not there to be shown, I think that will actually scare a lot of people and not worry them, but ask why. Why are you 6 months to 8 months off a general release that you are not showing us the actual thing? That would surprise me. But I think they do. I think they open the show with the reveal. Here it is. I'm interested in how it looks. I really hope to Christ it doesn't look like the monstrosity of the first Xbox One, like the George Foreman Betamax video style. Again, we don't know with what's coming in it, with the cooling, with the size of the thing, with probably power inside, obviously. But then they've just, I think this, the talk is, I think they've got to spend 20 minutes, half an hour showing us the Scorpio. Here's the nice shiny thing. It looks like this. This is it. If they're going to tell us the sale they are, I've got a feeling they might not. They then go to getting people on the stage, you know, the big guys, the big guns. They then spend the next hour doing what Sony have done for the last 12 months and just give, whenever there's been a conference by Sony, it's just shot at game after game after game after game after game. Microsoft have got to do that. I do also think they've got to literally show us some new IPs. Whether they've got them, I'm a little bit wary. I've got a bad feeling that they're going to put the same shit out, and I don't mean that nastily. I mean your Horizons, your Halos, your whatevers. I think if that is all they've got, I'll give you this again. Microsoft show us Scorpio, may or may not give us the price. If the video montages and the chat immediately after start with Forza Horizon, Halo, Crackdown, the real meal tickets, if that next part starts with that, you're in trouble. You're seriously in trouble. Because I'll tell you now, they don't, if they start with that, that's all they've got. Because if they've got new IPs, if they've got some exclusives, you start with that. Because you go from the reveal to the big stuff that nobody's seen to get everybody excited. Then you bring us out the regular. Then you feed us your Forzas, because we know that's coming. I'm telling you now, guys, if that first video montage is your Forzas, you're in trouble. Because I have a feeling that the stuff after that will just be drivel. So you want to pray and hope that that first reveal for the games is not the usual stuff. Because they've got to bring us the new shit. They've got to bring the first 20 minutes of the video montage of games to the people like us that you're telling us why we're going to part with this money. And I'll tell you now, from my personal point of view, I ain't parting with my money if all they're showing is your Horizons, your Halos, your Crackdowns. No, I ain't a day one buyer if that's what you're showing me. Simple as. It needs to be, remember, I can't remember what event it was. I think it was the Pro reveal, I might be wrong. But there was that show the other year where they showed, it was a PlayStation event, can't remember what it was. It came on and it was literally 45 minutes to an hour of just game that I think over half nobody'd heard of. There was brand new IPs, everybody was like, and that finished and everybody went, holy shit, that's what Microsoft have to do. Microsoft have to blow us out the water with E3. They have to show us a good half hour, 40 minutes of stuff we've never seen that's brand new for this brand new machine. Then bring out your stalwarts. But what are they going to do? And I think that's what makes E3 just fantastic in the next few, June the 12th, 11th, 12th, I think it is. Sunday to Tuesday, I think. So, yeah. Exciting times. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. I've got no drink. My mouth's like Gandhi's flip-flop. Unboxings tomorrow. Please go and like and subscribe my unboxings and chat about this and about this secret parcel. Well, not secret, but I've been hanging on for this because that ties with it. By the way, I agree, just previously on the chat, by the way, I agree VR needs to be shown by Sony. I think they will show some VR. I don't think they'll go to town on it because it's selling well still. And games, I just wish they'd start advertising it more, that's all. They're selling well. You've only got to jump on the store, like I keep saying. The thing with Sony, they've just got a funny feeling. They think that people with VR, they're leaving it to themselves to go and look. And to be honest, we are. Because we need to, we have to. But then again, same as that. Oh, well, start the day and get the... Oh, you're in Australia, aren't you? Very... yeah, we're going to... I'm going to pack the stream in anyway, so really appreciate you popping in, Andy. We stream about 7, 8 o'clock every night in the week, or I'm starting to anyway. It's coming quite popular. But anyway, I'm going to get off. My throat's like Gandhi's flip-flop. It's been a good chat about E3. Oh, you've not seen any fanboyism. I've tried to give my views as they are from a gaming point of view. I always do. But don't forget, the videos may be up tomorrow night. I don't quite know. I've got to get my finger out tomorrow and record them. I think it's too late to record them now. So it's going to be interesting. Please go and like the video. And subscribe. And don't forget, by the way, I've not mentioned this for a while. If you're just in the room as a newbie, click the bell. It's the best way to get notified when the stream goes live. You will get a notification of the channel. And for people that's been asking earlier in the room, I will put my accumulator bet up on Twitter at toz6666's, for anyone that's interested. Your own discretion, guys. Don't forget, it's a bit of fun. Don't take it too serious. Also, if you want to email me, crankytoz@gmail.com. Don't forget the main website, crankygamersuk.net. Our show goes out every Sunday night at about midnight UK time. Rambler should make an appearance next week. Fingers crossed. Which is a more adult-orientated show. If you've not tried it, it's on the same feed. Beware, it's got an 18 rating. We do talk about some crazy-ass subjects that probably aren't gaming and probably not for young ears either. So until probably Monday night for a stream, I hope you've enjoyed this night. I've enjoyed playing this game. I think I will play a bit more of this. I quite like it. So it's good night from me. Have a pleasant weekend if I don't speak to you all by then. Don't forget to like the videos every time, guys. I'll repeat myself. But it makes me know that you are interested on me doing the unboxings, and that's more important at the minute. And the show on Sunday night. I'm going. I need a drink. I'm dying. Till next time, boys. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.